Hey, I'm Steven and this is Solving the Money Problem. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. So some fascinating information came across my Twitter feed this morning. Shout out to Alex for bringing this to my attention. It turns out that globally, the most searched for stock in terms of an investment opportunity, based on one metric, is none other than Tesla stock. What a surprise. Given the fact that Tesla hasn't spent a single cent on paid advertising in the history of the company, the fact that so many potential investors out there are looking into Tesla stock as a potential investment is truly incredible. And as I've mentioned previously on the channel, I think Tesla stock over the next decade is probably going to 10x or more in value, meaning there's going to be a lot of people making an absolute shit ton of money as a result of this popularity. So with that said, let's get into the video. And by the way, since I know there's a lot of crypto lovers watching and people who like free stuff, it's your lucky day. For a limited time, you can get up to $250 in free crypto bonuses when funding a new account on BlockFi, where you can use cryptocurrency to earn interest, borrow cash, and buy or sell crypto. If you want your free crypto, use the link in the description. It also helps out the channel. And if you'd like up to 2 free stocks, check out the link in the description to WeBull. If you open a new account, you'll get 1 free stock valued up to $250 just for opening an account. And if you fund your account with $100, you'll get a second free stock valued up to $1,600. Unless you don't like free stocks, that is. And if you're in Australia, the UK, or New Zealand, you can get a free stock with stake, also using the link in the description. Let's get back to it. The most searched investments from around the world, written by Salman Haki on April 21st, 2021. In recent years, the stock market has seen a huge influx of people willing to invest in stocks and shares as high-profile companies like Apple and Tesla dominate the news. These companies have not only sparked global interest in the stock market, but have also encouraged more people around the world to start building their own investment portfolios. The Rody Rona has seen another spike in interest in investing, seeing search volumes in stock prices skyrocket by 57%, bringing in a new wave of eager investors. Throughout lockdown, people were able to save more money, which otherwise would have been spent on holidays and hospitality, leaving people more financially able to start investing in the stock market. And by the way, just to be clear, there's nothing intrinsically wrong with holidays, hospitality, etc. But if you're a broke-ass motherfucker, you have no investments, no assets, you have a negative net worth, etc., and you're going out to restaurants, you're going on holidays, and you're not investing, you're an idiot. No other way to say it. Sorry, not sorry. With more people willing to invest, we were curious as to which companies were thriving in different countries around the world. Using search volume data of share prices, and just for the record, I want to jump in here. This is the metric we're using here. This is people searching, say, for example, for Tesla stock price. This isn't a perfect metric of people investing in the companies, but it does give a pretty good indication of interest in people potentially considering investing in the company. Otherwise, why would we be looking up the stock price? And of course, there'll be a few exceptions. But generally speaking, I think this is a pretty accurate metric of people that either are investing in or at least considering investing in a certain stock. We discovered the most popular investments searched for in each country to understand which global companies are dominating the investment world today. The most searched for stocks and shares around the world. Have a look at this map. Absolutely dominated by Tesla. Australia, tick. Russia, tick. Practically everywhere in Europe, tick. Big chunks of Africa where the data is available, tick. Canada, tick. But what the hell is going on in North America and South America? Well, we'll get to that in a moment. Let's have a look at the stats down the bottom here. Tesla was the most searched for stock in 82 countries globally. The next best, 13 countries going to Apple stock. Then Amazon tied also on 13 countries. GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, 3 countries there. Bit of a surprise to me, but hey, is what it is. Facebook, 2 countries. Boeing, which is also a surprise to me, another 2 countries. Neo, I'm not even going to talk about that. Microsoft, Zoom, and Netflix all taking out a single country each. Well done. But look at this. Absolute dominance. I mean, what doesn't Tesla dominate on? Really, honestly, this is incredible information. Think about this. Let it sink in for a moment, guys. 82 versus 13. In fact, let's bring out the calculator. Don't worry, it won't take too long. 82 over 13. Tesla stock more than 6 times more popular than the next most popular stock. Or we can flip this around. 13 over 82. The next best, 15% as much interest as Tesla stock. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Remember, Today, Tesla is still a relatively small company compared to what they're going to be in the future, and many people out there still have no idea or they've bought into some of the FUD. Just imagine what happens when Tesla goes from 500,000 vehicles to 1 million, then 2, then 4, then 8, then 10, then 20 million vehicles delivered in a single year. And while we're here, guys, have a look at the map. Can you pick out your country? Let me know if your country is one of the 82 countries in which Tesla stock is the most searched for investment opportunity. Tesla shares dominate in 82 countries. Tesla shares are taking the world by storm, ranking as the most searched for investment in 82 countries worldwide. Since 2019, the company's stock has increased by over 1,084%. Astonishing returns. By the way, those of you who might remember, this channel launched in late 2019. I kind of said, you know what, Tesla stock headed to the moon. It has done exactly that now. I'm not a genius and I'm not from the future, but this was inevitable. Some people got it, some people didn't. Been investing in Tesla stock since 2016. And to be honest, I actually thought that we'd see more growth in Tesla stock in 2016, 17 and 18, but basically nothing happened over that entire period of time. It was at a breaking point. Tesla finally broke out, as Kathy Wood said, the bigger the base, the stronger the breakout. And that's exactly what's taken place. But as I mentioned, I still think we have a very long way to go, making them one of the fastest growing brands globally and a popular investment choice for millions of people. However, despite dominating the majority of the Eastern Hemisphere, Tesla has yet to become the most searched for investment in North and South America. Now, I just want to take a moment here to explore this. Now, North America is where I'm going to focus on. I'm just going to say it and I'm going to offend like a huge portion of the audience, but this is true. Oh boy, this is not going to end well, but I have to say it, okay? The average person in the United States isn't particularly intelligent in terms of, wait for it, forming their own opinions. The good news is that you happen to be an exception to this rule. The very fact that you're on YouTube trying to learn information about things independently from independent sources who don't have any financial interest in saying this or that, don't have anybody pulling the strings behind the scenes, don't have any agenda, and has had to earn their credibility rather than being sat on a certain chair, certain network, certain status which automatically provides credibility, gives you a huge advantage over most investors and most people out there in the general public. But let's say it one more time. The majority of people in the United States do not know how to think for themselves. Good thing the mainstream media is there to teach them what they should think, isn't it? And by the way, it's not just North America. But North America is definitely an exception to the rule. The media is more corrupt in the United States than practically anywhere else I know of. Maybe a few exceptions to the rule. You guys can probably let me know some of those other countries in the comments. In fact, just one final thing before I stop ribbing people in the United States. Can't help myself. Where in the world do people use the metric and imperial measurement systems? Gets me every time. I mean, I just like, honestly, guys, this is embarrassing. It's just, you really need to get onto the metric system. But yeah, until then, the 3 countries on planet Earth currently using the imperial measurement system makes no sense. The United States, Liberia, and Myanmar. And congratulations, guys. You're really a special country. Now, some of you guys may already be aware of this, but the mainstream media in the United States is corrupt, like completely corrupt, okay? Fake news is an accurate term to describe the media in the US, and we can see this on the global map. The amount of FUD that's been in the mainstream finance media, bringing Tesla down, attacking the company, hating on Elon, etc., I believe is the core reason why Tesla isn't the most searched for investment opportunity within the United States. Think about it. They're a US brand. They're dominating. They're creating jobs. They're growing like crazy. Yet, of all the places around the world, it's like there's a big dark spot over the United States. This just goes to show you how much sway and influence the press and the media can have over people's decisions and actions. Of course, there are exceptions to the rule. Maybe you guys can think of a different reason as to why United States stands out as a strange blip on the radar in amongst places like half of South America, where there are no Teslas available at all. Something to think about, isn't it? Amazon has also dominated searches around share prices in the US and 12 other countries within South America, Asia and Europe, ranking Amazon the second most searched for investment in the world. The most popular investment search in Paraguay, Montenegro and Madagascar is GSK, a pharmaceutical company dedicated to developing vaccines and consumer healthcare products. Meanwhile, Nicaragua and the Democratic Republic of the Congo are looking into stocks and shares in Boeing, a leading aerospace company manufacturing commercial jetliners and space rockets. I love the term space rocket. Companies dominating the global shares market. Most invested in companies by percentage of global share value. Tesla again out in the lead here, 15%, Amazon number 2, close to 13%, then Apple around 12% as well, then a big plunge down to Microsoft. Surprised to see Neo in there, but not actually that surprised. Now again, I'm just going to say it, good luck investing in NEO. I think they'll do okay, but people are investing in NEO because Tesla's been successful, not because they think NEO will be. And sure, you're going to tell me, oh my God, no, fuck you, Steve. We'll call a spade here. You may be the exception to the rule, but the vast majority of people who invested in NEO stock, in my opinion, went, oh, fuck, I missed out on Tesla. It's already gone to the moon. What's the next Tesla? Oh, it's NEO because somebody on the internet told me. And thus, people heavily investing in this company, not based on reason or first principles analysis, but hope, which, by the way, in case you're unaware, hope is not a strategy. And by the way, to be clear, I wish NEO all the best. I hope they'll be successful, and they may be. But they're making some very strange business moves at this point in time that make no sense. For example, using battery swap technology. For those of you who don't know, is completely insane. The reason NEO are doing this is to take advantage of incentives from the Chinese government, not because it makes business sense. Let's think about this for a while. The most expensive component in an electric vehicle, by miles, pun intended, is the battery pack. It can cost $7,000, $8,000, $10,000 just for the battery pack. And there's a global shortage. There are not enough battery cells on Earth being produced today. So, does it make a lot of business sense to have a dozen or so battery packs sitting inert, not being used, waiting for some customers to come in and swap them out, versus just making, let's say, 12 times as many vehicles and actually selling them to customers? Game, set, match. NEO are insane. This business model makes no sense whatsoever. It's a huge red flag in my opinion. I just wanted to get that out there because some of you guys and girls still think NEO is a great investment. By the way, it could be a great investment. It could still do really, really well. But I'm just pointing out some enormous flaws in their business model. As I said, I think a lot of people have invested in NEO just because Tesla's done well. They feel like they've missed out. It's the ripple effect. Then we've got Facebook, Boeing, AMD, Netflix, Pfizer, Disney, Ford. Can you imagine investing in Ford? My life. Oh man, geez, I just don't even want to go there. Walmart, Moderna, AT&T, Uber, Zoom, Alibaba, Carnival, and Intel. But again, just to look at this in proportion, Tesla accounting for 15% of this entire list. Global tech giants have been dominating the stock market in recent years, making up a large percentage of the world's most searched for investments. And just to be clear, I have to say the wisdom of the crowd, quite impressive here. I mean, I'm not a lover of every single company on this list, but I can tell you, I'd rather have my money in any random company on this list than most of the S&P 500. Amazon used to be the second largest position in my stock portfolio until I liquidated to buy a Tesla dip. Microsoft, great potential there as well. I think all of these companies have something in them, particularly the tech-based stocks. So I've got to say, overall, I think the wisdom of the crowd is quite impressive here. If you were to throw a dart and randomly pick, say, 5 or 7 or 8 or 10 of the companies on this list of 20, I think over the long term, you'd probably crush the returns of the S&P 500. And I'm also going to say it. If there were only 2 companies on this list to own, Amazon and Tesla would be the 2 companies to own. There's something in that. By the way, just in case it's unclear, the title is a little bit misleading here. This is total search volume globally. It's not ranking by which country is number 1. It's not adding up the number of 1 versus number 2 countries, etc. This is just out of all the searches globally for different stock prices, what has the most search interest, and we can see globally, clearly Tesla is the winner. Elon Musk founded Tesla in 2003 with the goal to bring sustainable transportation to the mass market. Since then, the company has accelerated ahead of its competitors, making up 15.02% of today's global searches in the stock market, which has resulted in a status as the most searched for investment in the world. And, surprisingly enough, I personally think it's also by far and away the best investment opportunity in the world. As I said, there's really something to the wisdom of the crowd. Following in second place is Amazon, which prides itself in being one of the most customer-centric companies in the world. Nowadays, Amazon makes up 12.98% of global searches into the stock market, whilst also dominating the e-commerce market worldwide. Apple comes in just under Amazon, dominating 12.24% of the searches for stock and share prices. And I just want to take a moment here to jump in here. I've recently returned to the dark side and reintegrated myself into the Apple consumer landscape. There's a few reasons for this, but I have to say, ultra impressed with Apple's products. Been a few years out of the ecosystem, went for a Google Pixel phone. It was great until my camera stopped working. Used the Pixel Buds, which actually hardly ever synced and were a pain in the ass and uncomfortable as well. Apple AirPods just dominate. I mean, I just got to say, I'm not an Apple fanboy here, but they do make incredible products, and I understand why they're so dominant. Now, the article goes on to show a ton of other information. There's a link in the description to the full article if you guys want to check it out. This video will be 4 hours and 20 minutes long if I went through everything. But I just want to show one final thing, which could be a little bit misleading, but let's play along at home anyway. So what we're looking at here is if you invested £1,000 into each of the top 5 companies based on recent search volume 2 years ago. So just to be clear, the fact that more people are searching for the stock is probably a direct result of the fact that the stock price has gone up. But of course, if you're a savvy investor and you saw the opportunity before the opportunity played out, That's how you make your money. So don't get confused here. This is a little misleading because the top performing stocks are likely to skew towards the most searched for stocks recently. That being said, if you invested £1,000 into each top 5 company based on search volume per country 2 years ago, this is the returns that you'd be looking at. Italy, Tesla was number 1, Amazon number 2, Apple number 3, about a 500% return over a 2-year period. Switzerland, very similar, basically a 500% return. Tesla, Amazon and Apple again. As I mentioned earlier, those 3 companies, really, really solid. We see similar results as we continue to scroll down the list here. I don't know. Can somebody from Hungary please explain to me why NIO was the most? I'm curious. Why would that be? It seems strange. Quite an outlier there. Maybe you guys are hungry for some returns like Tesla. That was really bad. I might just stop. Familiar top 3 again in Canada, Tesla, Apple and Amazon. Tesla, Apple, Amazon in France as well. The same thing in Germany. Just switch those 3 randomly around. Greece, it's the same thing. New Zealand, it's the same thing. On and on and on and on. And I said it before, I'll say it again. If you had to own only 2 stocks, Tesla and Amazon would probably be the best 2 stocks to be owning based on risk reward, in my opinion. Of course, not investment advice. Use your own brain, draw your own conclusions. But we're going to do a little bit of an experiment. Let me know your top 3 stocks today to invest in. We'll check back in 2 years' time. A few of you guys set some reminders, smash my DMs on Twitter or Instagram to remind me of this, and I'll check back in and see how you guys went. Name the 3 companies, the only 3 stocks you would invest in over the next 2-year period. And by the way, I know that's a very short period of time. Anything could happen. There's lots of volatility. So I'm not trying to mislead you guys and think 2 years is a good investment horizon. But just for a little bit of fun, name the top 3 stocks that you would invest in, and we'll check back in 2 years' time. As for my picks, I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Tesla, and more Tesla. Hey, I'm a man of my word. The only stock in my portfolio today is Tesla stock, and it is still the only stock I continue to buy. If that changes, I'll let you guys know. But today I believe the best risk reward by far in the stock market that I can personally identify still is Tesla stock, despite its phenomenal run over the last couple of years. I'm Stephen Mark Ryan. This is Solving the Money Problem, and I love you all. And don't forget, if you'd like up to $250 in free crypto bonuses with BlockFi, use the link in the description. You can also get 2 free stocks with WeBull and a free stock with Stake, also linked in the description. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And of course, if you have any ideas for future videos, let me know. I read all your comments. P.S. If you're still watching, you're awesome. If you'd like early access, exclusive videos, regular Q&As, our private Discord server and more, consider supporting the channel at patreon.com/solvingthemoneyproblem so I can keep creating content for you guys. There's a link in the description. You can now also become a member of the channel for some exclusive perks. To learn more, click the join button next to subscribe. And don't forget to check out our merch store. Either way, the best form of support is you being here and watching, so thanks again.